Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. I'm so happy to be continuing on with our Quentin Tarantino Fest with Kill Bill. Last video we did Pulp Fiction and we had enough reception of people saying that they wanted us to continue with more Quentin Tarantino, so we're going to do at least Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Kill Bill was my first introduction into anything Quentin Tarantino, so I'm excited to get into this one. What do you know about Kill Bill and how are you feeling going into it?
Like the other Quentin Tarantino movies, I know Kill Bill is pretty popular. Not sure why. Again, I don't know anything about the storyline, but I do know that Uma Thurman is in the movie, and I know that she has some sort of sword. I remember that from like the posters. I remember the posters. But Quentin Tarantino movies have been a pretty good experience for me so far. I've really enjoyed all the movies I've seen up to date. It'll be interesting to see if Kill Bill kind of falls in line with that. It's also interesting that it's 2 volumes, 2 or 3?
2.
2 volumes. So that's like what, technically like a 5-hour long movie?
Sure, yeah.
At least about the same subject matter. I'm curious to why it's 2 volumes. Yeah, just really curious to check it out and see how it compares to the other films I've seen so far.
I just looked up the length. Kill Bill Volume 1 is just shy of 2 hours. We've been used to these being like 2.5 hours, 2 hour 45, so that might be a little bit of a nice break for us too. But of course, we can't forget the comment of the day. Today's comment comes from James Sharp from the Inglourious Bastards video, who says, Quentin Tarantino is a lunatic, but it's undeniable that he's one of the greatest directors in the history of Hollywood cinema, perhaps in the top 10. Great reaction to this classic. Thank you so much, James Sharp. We appreciate it. And I agree. My feelings of Quentin Tarantino have kind of varied because I've seen him in some really strange and bizarre interviews, and his personality is very, very weird, but he makes some great and unique films. So I agree. Thank you so much, James Sharp. If you would like your comment featured in a video, leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your thoughts and where we're at with Quentin Tarantino, what you'd like to see us react to in the future. And make sure you check out Patreon. We pretty much give patrons full weight in what they decide for us to watch, both TV shows and movies. We're wrapping up our Quentin Tarantino stuff, so we'll be doing another poll on Patreon to see what next movie series y'all want us to react to. We might be focusing on specific directors, like with Quentin Tarantino, maybe specific actors, or just our standard typical series. But we want you to have a voice in that, so make sure you check out Patreon so you can vote. All tiers can vote. There's also some exclusive videos on Patreon, and we're continuing the Clone Wars series on Patreon too. We talked a little bit about that before. People were wondering about Clone Wars. Some people were like, we don't want Clone Wars to be behind a paywall because there's specific arcs that we want to see. I hear you loud and clear, so I think what we'll probably do is, as we work our way through Clone Wars, if there's like a handful of arcs that are that everybody wants to see, we'll probably just post those regularly on YouTube. But for the time being, as we're going through it, it's going to be just on Patreon until we get to the later seasons, because we know that a lot of people have been waiting for us to get to that part. So that's the plan. But that's it. I say we go ahead and get into it. Kill Bill Volume 1.
I imagine it's violent, just like the rest.
Yeah. It's a safe assumption.
Very retro.
Very 70s. Yeah.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Old Klingon proverb.
I'll bet I could fry an egg on your head right now.
Bill, it's your baby.
Yeah, that's how we're starting it.
That's how it starts? I thought she was the main character.
She is.
He just blew her noggin off.
Her noggin. I can't help but think of Uma Thurman from freaking Batman and Robin. Rubber lips are immune to your charms. Hope you could find a girl from Pasadena. Blast from the Past, anyone? Brendan Fraser?
I love Blast from the Past.
Alicia Silverstone? Christopher Walken? You hear that? Those sound effects?
Oh!
Yay.
I'm just trash in that house.
Nice. Hey.
Come on, bitch.
Mommy, I'm home.
Hey, baby. How was school? Hi, honey. Mr. Steve. What's your name? It's just your question. I had a little girl once. You want some coffee? Yeah.
Her code name was Copperhead. Mine
Black Mamba. Do you have a towel? To get even? Even Steven? I would have to kill you. Go up to Nikki's room, kill her, and wait for your husband, the good Dr. Bell, to come home and kill him. I'm a different person now. Oh, great.
Cereal for dinner.
Very funny.
Oh, forgot about that.
But Nikki.
I totally forgot about that. That got a good jolt out of me too.
Gosh.
Sorry about your mom, kid. That kid's got to be pushing 6 or 7.
Yeah, no kidding.
Your mother had it.
己の敵を倒すことに専念すべし。切る。
Oh my goodness.
I like how basic that list is.
He wiped out the whole wedding party execution style. Good gravy Marie. Who's the bride? We've all just been calling her the bride on account of the dress. She's a little blood-spattered angel. What's her condition?
Comatose.
Elle, you're going to abort the mission. We've done a lot of things to this lady. But one thing we won't do is sneak into her room in the night like a filthy rat.
Ugh. Ugh. It's a cool shot. Her body's had to have been like atrophied pretty good for 4 years. Mm-hmm. Being comatose like that. Aww.
Price is $75. Our plumbing down there don't work no more, so feel free to come in there all you want. Keep the noise down, try not to make a mess. If you dry, just lube up with this and you'll be good to go.
Ah.
I know we are not about to watch this man rape this woman.
Was he from Waterboy? Is that where I recognize him from?
Not a lick of sympathy for that man. Good for her.
Again, atrophied. Oh, good. I forgot that they showed that too. Yeah. Quentin's got it.
That would absolutely be my reaction too.
Ooh. Oof.
My name is Buck, and I'm here to
Good for her. I'm surprised she was even able to do that. You know, it's not just like her legs. It would be her arms
her upper
too.
body too. Quentin Tarantino's got a thing with feet, by the way. Like in all of his movies, there's like feet. Something wrong with her toe there, her right toe.
They're kind of shaped weird.
They're like curving a little bit.
Wiggle your big toe.
Lucy Lou.
All of the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad.
Oh man, I'm gonna forget all these people's names. Which one is supposed to be the dad?
I'm guessing that guy who was fighting. Jeez, right in the head. Ugh.
She swore revenge. At 11, she got her revenge.
私の目を見て
Shit.
They did him wrong.
That's cool.
First things first. Wiggle your big
Nobody found that guy's body after 13 hours. How'd you get money for a ticket?
That's my question.
I want to visit Japan really badly.
Arigato.
Arigato.
Good.
You say arigato?
Like we say arigato.
上がりどうした遅いおむさけベリーグー扱いポンこのアホドアホなんで俺がいつも酒運ばなきゃいけねえんだ
Hattori Hanzo.
一体日本刀を何に使うんですか
Kiritai Nezumi ga aru kara.
I like this 殺しの道具は作っておらん引退しておる
Then give me one of these. You have a rather large obligation.
そこで休むといい刀を作るのには1ヶ月ほど
I want a sword like that.
All I can think of is forged in fire.
Oh yeah. It will cut.
人を殺す道具を再び作ってしまった神が立ちはだかれば神をも切れるであろう死よ
Yellow-haired warrior, like Goku.
私とやりたいんだ。
Ew.
やりたい。
やりたい。
これでもまだ私を刺したい。
Hey. Oh!
All right.
Sorry if we have to blur out some of that.
The crazy 88.
That tuxedo mask.
Oh!
I like how she just like pitter-patters quickly across the table.
The price you pay, bringing up either my Chinese or American heritage as a negative. I collect your f***ing head. Just like this here.
Like how she was in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
One ticket to Tokyo, please.
She was allowed to bring that sword on that plane. This was post 9/11 too, so I can't even bring a bottle of shampoo. She can bring a sword.
And she has it like with her.
Yeah, just walking around with it. Wonder where she got the bike and the outfit. She has like a spider sense. Literally Spider-Man.
Uh-oh. Oh gosh.
Poison. Poison ivy.
Oh!
Ugh. You know that sword is sharp. It will kill.
Charlie Brown.
Playing with the big boys now.
Oh,
Hi.
I like Go-Go.
そっちはブラックマンバ
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
Go-Go.
I liked Go-Go. Aww.
Silly rabbit.
Tricks are for kids.
So for kids.
Oh,
Jeez.
man.
Oh. Nice.
Oh! Oh my goodness, this is so bloody. This is great.
Nice. A lot of this is probably gonna have to be blurred out.
Oh, did you see
Yeah.
that?
Wonder how I got these scars.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that is rough. What is the rating after R? Is there like an official?
There's a NC-17, but that's more for like porn.
Is that the only rating after R?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, I liked that like transition.
Bro.
He looks like he's like 12.
I know.
Oh my god, that is funny.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Except you, Sophie.
Ew, there's like limbs everywhere.
Yeah, like feet and arms and heads. Except you, Sophie.
Your instrument is quite impressive.
I like the cute little yard.
Okinawa no daraga sonokata.
Sotsuke. 5分と身が持たないよ。
Not a very versatile robe.
She has no hand guard or anything. Oof.
Oh.
Silly Caucasian girl likes to play with samurai swords.
Come on, Uma. Uma, 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 yay. Ooh.
Not looking good, Uma.
She nicked Lucy Lou.
Should be alright. Uma's looking a little ragged though.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Lucy. Want me my scalps.
I like it.
You could bounce back from that, Lucy. It's just the top of your skull. Should probably do a double tap just to be sure. To cut her head off or...
I actually expected that to last a little longer.
O-Ren Ishii.
Oh wow. I'm surprised she's not dead.
Well, you know, give it a minute. Oh, she rolled her into the hospital.
Why?
Maybe it's just because she was a pawn. I don't know. Or to send a message to Bill.
Sophie.
Espèce de salope.
Every time you don't give me answers, I'm gonna cut something off.
Yeah.
They will be things you will miss. So you can tell him in person everything that happened here tonight. I want him to know what I know.
Still with that sword right there.
That woman deserves her revenge.
How did you find me?
I'm the man. Is she aware her daughter is still
Yeah. Just finished watching Kill Bill Volume 1. It had been a little bit since I saw this one. I forgot about the anime sequence with O-Ren Ishii, but I really enjoyed that. That whole fight sequence at the end. Classic Tarantino moment there. What did you think about Kill Bill?
I thought it was pretty good. I will say normally this is not the type of movie that I would enjoy because to me, it seems heavily focused on just like fight scenes in general, Whereas like Django, I feel like there was a heavy storyline that was focused on, in addition to all the murder and stuff like that. However, this one was very unique, oddly enough, and I'm probably totally in the minority here, but my favorite part was actually the animated part of it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I don't know like what, as far as like describing it correctly, like what type of animation it was. I really enjoyed that part. I liked it a lot. Very, very dark, very unique. Just not something that I've seen a lot. So I really enjoyed that. My other favorite thing about the movie was the whole fight scene. I don't even know what type of establishment O-Ren is in. Is it like a bar?
It looked like some sort of bar, like a club, I think.
Or restaurant or something like that. That whole sequence was really interesting. Just seeing Uma Thurman's opposition, how many people there were she had to slay. It was very impressive, of course. I will say the one nitpick that I had was there was a lot of anticipation for me for the showdown between Uma Thurman and O-Ren. And I felt like that was really rushed. Just the two of them, not anybody else. I was expecting it to go on a little more than it actually did. O-Ren seemed very capable, very dark, very cold, very good at what she did. So in my eyes, she's kind of like met her match with Uma Thurman's character. And I just expected there to be more of a, as far as that, to be played out a little more. So that was the biggest nitpick that I had. Certain scenes when she was fighting, I don't even know what to call them. Assassins, what do you call them?
Yeah, just the bad guys.
When she was fighting the bad guys, like they were in the room that had like a blue backlight going on. I thought that was very beautiful just to watch. They're all fighting and you don't actually see them individually, but you just see her massacre people and in this like beautiful setting. And then there was a scene where it was completely black and white and her eyes were blue. There was just a lot of that. Use of like color in the movie. They would transition from black and white back to color and back and forth. So I feel like that heavily added to the film for me. More special than just like a generic like fight movie. I guess that's why I ended up liking this film, because if it hadn't been for all those little additions, I don't know if I would have liked it as much. Uma Thurman is really, really good. The only movie I ever saw her in was, is it Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
And then I saw her in Gattaca.
Oh, Paycheck, she was in that too.
Oh, and Paycheck. So I guess I have seen her a little bit. She's very different in this movie, obviously. It's tough to describe her because you see someone that like murders a child's mother, and really on the surface it looks like she doesn't have any remorse, but for me I feel like her character is just very driven, like this is what I need to do, nothing's gonna get in my way. And then we have moments where one of the bad guys that literally looks like a 12-year-old, I don't even know what he's doing there, it's way past his bedtime, but she sat there, instead of killing him, she just like chopped down his sword and then spanked him and was like, go home to your mother. I like her. She's a little bit cold, but I think that's just because she's so, to put it simply, she's PO'd, you know, that people have done what they did to her. And in more than one way, let me point out, because not only was she beat up, left to die, ended up in a coma, but then she was assaulted while she was in a coma. I feel like it is very appropriate that she is acting the way that she is, and I am here for it. I love it. I love that she's in a role of power. There were many times in the movie that they made it evident that she was scared, that she was terrified, didn't really have a plan as far as like how she was gonna get out of this situation. And I like that they did that. They didn't go the traditional route of just like, she's super badass and like she has no fear, and she does to a certain limit, but like all of us, she gets scared, she gets nervous, she worries. It was good to kind of see that like human side of her, just because she's almost like a robot in this movie. She's just like revenge, I mean, she literally has a list of people she's just crossing off. No pun intended. But I thought it was a pretty good first part. I'm curious to how part 2 is gonna go. I'm a little bummed that Lucy Liu is not gonna show up because I really like Lucy Liu. That character that she played, I really would have liked to keep around a little bit. But all in all, I thought it was good. Oh, and the names. I cannot keep track of these names. Unfortunately, like they each have 2 names, like their code name and then their real name. All in all, I thought it was a pretty good movie.
This movie feels a lot like what a live action anime would be like, I think. A lot of the characters are very anime-esque, like Go-Go, the girl. It's like somebody just took her out of an anime and put her in this. Anime is a lot like I view anime as like a type of medium, like music or movies or whatever, because you can have childish anime, you can have dark adult themed anime, you can have genres, like subgenres within anime. So I would love to, hopefully at some point down the line, get into some anime on the channel, because I really think, especially if you like the anime portion of the movie, and that would be considered anime, I think you would love Death Note. I've been pushing Death Note. I think that you would like it and it would be right up your alley.
I really don't know anything about anime, but I will say that I liked that was really dark. I think if in general the material is dark in nature, it's something that I may be able to get into. That was probably my favorite part of the movie, which really, looking at the big picture, it wasn't like an important piece, you know?
Well, I mean, it was her parents dying and getting killed.
Well, for her character development, but as far as Uma Thurman's character, it really wasn't. But that was my favorite part, so.
That's, well, good, because there's a lot of anime that is like that. Anime can be very, very, very dark. So that would be a good indicator of what's to come if we ever do go down the anime rabbit hole. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoy this one. It is very different than, I would say, a lot of his other stuff. Like this is, again, live action anime versus something like Inglourious Bastards or Pulp Fiction or Django Unchained. So, and I like that Quentin Tarantino is diverse enough where he can do this and you can very clearly tell he's having fun. He does have his signature, like arms getting cut off and blood like spurting everywhere. And I enjoy that too because stylistically it looks really good on camera and it's just fun. What would you rate this one?
This was pretty gruesome. I mean, there was a moment there I'm like, is it R or is there some like level above that? Because there were so many scenes I was just shocked. Like, is there an unrated and?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there was a lot of moments I was like, but I am here for it, y'all. I mean, I love that stuff. I love gruesome killing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
in movies.
Right.
So it was good. Once I started getting like the tone of the movie and that it was gonna be like heavy with the fighting, I did have a moment where I was like, oh, this is how the whole movie's gonna be. And that was a little bit of apprehension on my part, but it ended up working out. It ended up being pretty good. Don't like it as much as like Django. I don't know why. Django and Inglourious Bastards were, I thought were really different and obviously had a different tone than this one, even on the basic level of just like the fight scenes and whatnot. But it was still a good movie, and I think I'm gonna go with the 8.
You're pretty much right where I am. I would go an 8 out of 10 as well. Solid film. I think a high level of rewatchability, super entertaining, and of course we have volume 2. So to conclude the little cliffhanger there of her daughter still being alive or the child still being alive.
Oh yeah,
so
that's juicy.
That'll be interesting. But if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. It does help the channel out a lot. We'd love to hear some of your comments down below, letting us know what you think of the movie and our reactions to it and how you think we'll feel going into part 2. Subscribe so you'll be notified next time we post a video. Again, check out Patreon. You can watch the full-length reaction along with us. The entire thing, just make sure you have your own copy of Kill Bill Volume 1 because we can't display the full thing for legal reasons. You can also get early access to select videos. We got exclusive videos on there right now that are only on Patreon, and Clone Wars, and every tier will have access to Clone Wars. So if you'd like to see that, check that out. But as always, Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.